Good morning. Yesterday I found a file on my computer. It's a Word document that I wrote 2017. It was shortly after I finished my master's degree, and I kind of knew that I would have to work now, but I knew that I didn't want to enter corporate life and just be on the treadmill, earning money to spend money and just to buy the status symbols that you need to fulfill, or to fill the void within. It took me pretty long to finish my studies because I didn't really knew what I wanted to do, but I just knew that I didn't want to end up in a normal 9-to-5 job. At that time when I wrote this letter, I think I was delivering newspapers in the morning. So I was waking up, I don't know, at 4 or 3, pick up the newspapers and take my bike and deliver them in the neighborhood, like what you do when you're maybe 15 or so. So I was doing that when I was, how old am I now? So when I was around 30. And I started working as a teacher, as a part-time teacher, because I thought, and I still think, that the children are our future, and if we really want to make this world a better place, it's in the hand of the children. And the formal education that you get at school is lacking so much wisdom that would be necessary to learn to become a real human and to honor your intuition and to really follow your heart. And right now we're just producing robots that are ready for the 9-to-5. And I was carrying this idea with me for quite some time. I don't know, there's a book about a school, I think it's called Summerhill or something. And I really like the idea of giving the children more freedom to explore and less pressure. And I think most children will figure out by themselves what they want, and if you're interested in something, you will learn how it works, no matter if there's a teacher giving you bad grades if you don't learn or not. So I actually started working as a free school, sorry, which was not part of the governmental school system, but what I found out is that only those children who failed in normal schools, they were sent to this school. So it was just haywire. So the children were not listening to anything, and they did not have any respect for anybody, and they were just destroying stuff. They were not really, they didn't want to work, and me as a teacher without any experience, they were just completely taking advantage of that. And I was not strong enough at that time to really set boundaries and demand the respect that I should have demanded from them. So it was not much fun, at least not for me. So after that, I also started working at a normal school because I wanted to see if that's better, and it was very exhausting too. So it was a time when there were a lot of kids from all sorts of countries were in these classes, and if they didn't want to listen to you, they were just pretending that they don't understand your language. So it was a strange thing too, but it was a bit more organized, definitely, and there were times when I really liked teaching children stuff, because children, they want to learn and they are so curious, and sometimes they have ideas that are so out of this world, and you realize, okay, maybe they are the ones who see it correctly and maybe everyone else is just seeing it in a distorted way, and they're so innocent in their ideas. But on the other hand, there are also a lot of children that are just want to challenge you and really go on your nerves. And yeah, I think I was just not ready for that. And I was not really a teacher, so I was just filling gaps with subjects that I was able to teach, but I wasn't really a teacher, so I had no education really how to educate. So maybe that was part of the problem, I don't know. But I came to the conclusion that at least at that point of time, teaching was not the right thing for me. So I was wondering, what can I do and what do I want to do? And this was the reason why I wrote this letter in 2017. So when I was searching for a file on my computer, and I stumbled upon this one, which was just called "Please Read Me," and I clicked on it and I started reading, and I was surprised what I wrote down. So it was something like I was just figuring out what I wanted to do, or the options I had. And one option would be, okay, I can start working as an engineer, as what I have studied, and probably I can make most money there. And I was about to apply for jobs. And what I wrote was something like, maybe, okay, so I wrote this to myself. So like, Dear Tobias, I don't know what I wrote on the top, but Dear Tobias, you might be in a job now, you might make good money, but I never want you to forget the values that you have. You don't want to work only for money, and maybe when you're 70 or so you realize you just wasted all your life. And I always want you to remember what your dreams are. So, and I put them down, they are more or less the same like they are now. I want to be an inspiration for others. I want to heal people. I want to show ways. And I want to find ways for myself. I want to make music. I want to inspire with my music, because music is such a powerful tool to reach people's hearts. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And so this letter to me was pretty long. So basically it was just a reminder to myself, whenever I will read it, whenever maybe I'm in this treadmill, I'm making good money in my job, and I have a life that I don't want to sacrifice, because I believe it gives me safety and security, and I can just rely on it, that it's a good life. But this letter was just there, or is still there, to always remember me to never give up my dreams. And no matter in which place I am right now, I can always go back and work on the things that are important to me. It was very refreshing to read, and I was happy that I did not sacrifice all my values and started working a corporate job that I would never get out of again. Well, I did have a 9 to 5, and I still have a job which I don't like, but I'm more than ever working also on the realization of my dreams. I'm spending so much time on that too. I'm making every effort to be successful in that way someday, however that success will look like. I completely forgot about this letter, and it's only 7 years ago. Somehow I was surprised about the language that I used. I didn't know that I could articulate myself that well. Maybe I will print it out and hang it on my wall. I think that would be a good idea. It was a wake-up call. Also, I think I wrote down a list of the things that a job that I would not invest more time and energy into would look like for me. And it turned out that the job I currently have would tick most of these boxes, or maybe all of them. So it was a wake-up call for me to really work on other projects that I can give my job up in not too far from now. So I didn't write it down or anything, but I thought to myself that I want to make the commitment to myself that I will be out of this job in 2 years. And I think that's realistic. I think this is actually a great technique and tool to write a letter to yourself and come back to it in a few years. So the mentor and friend I work with, he also suggested that I record a video where I, as my future self, so maybe in 3 years from now, am talking to my present self about all my advancements I have made, about what I have learned, about where I am in life, so that my present self can let go a little bit of all these fears of the future, what might happen, and just trust my future self that everything will turn out as I hope it to turn out. I'm actually planning to do this today. I want to do this for some time now, but I really made the decision to do it today after finding that letter yesterday. Yeah. I think that's it for today. Thank you for listening again, and have a good day.